Hello musicians. Today for our beginners I have another spiritual, but it's using the 1, the 4, the 5, but we're in the key of A. And so the chart is in the description box. The song is This Train is Bound for Glory. And I think Old Crow Medicine Show made that a bit of a comeback, but it's a very old spiritual. So the song in the description box does not have the chords of the little pictures of the chords on the chart. So I've got my in-tune instrument. I'm going to do my little check-in. So much enjoyment. And then I'm going to go through the chords. You would probably, if you don't know them, you could either draw them on the chart itself so you have them as a good learning thing to do, or just put your chord chart beside them, or maybe you already know them. So the key of A, we need, of course, an A chord. So I always tell people it's like the F, except for you're up on the C string. So it's the same adjacent notes, but just not in a separated string there. And then in this version, it uses both the E chord and E7. And I recommend people should just really stick with the E7 every time you see the E chord. And I'm going to demonstrate why that is. But because it's a 1, 4, 5 and we're in A, which is kind of the simplest one to figure out in terms of what the 4 and the 5 chord are, because A is the beginning of the alphabet. So D would be our 4, A, B, C, D. And then if you don't know the D chord, you can either form it with one finger with your thumb and back, so you've got good positioning there with the strength of that you've been developing with one finger, just not pressing down this A string to the B note. So you have to let the A ring out to have that be an A major chord. Or you can do it the other way that most people would do to start with, is I would call this 3 men in a tub. So D. And then E. So if you see that, so here's your music theory stuff. This is a D chord that we just discovered, right? And that each of these increments is a half musical step. So if we play this chord D, the nut is what's taking care of the pitch of this bottom string. And so you press these 3 notes. So you can't really move that chord because you've got that one open note there. So in order to make an E chord, which most people avoid when they're playing ukulele, you move that same shape D up 2 half musical steps. So this would be D, and then if you had this note covered down here, and we'll figure that out in a minute, if you moved it up here, it would be D sharp, and then this would be E. If you played and you figured out what those notes were, that would be an E major chord, except you can't have the open A. That's fine when you're playing it in a D chord, but when you're doing the E, I use fingers 2, 3, 4 to do those notes, and then you have to change this note here on the A string to a B, and that's why people don't play the E major to start off with. Eventually they do, but there it's correlation between D and then moving it up E, but there's that other note that you must change. I always tell people, now you're the nut. So that's my little joke about that. So we use instead E7. So the E7, we can substitute it, and it's in the chart, but I would just use it all the time. So A, and then you're going to the 4, which is D. Does it go in that? No, it goes A to start, and then you go to the E7. So I come up and then drop these 2 down, and we love that combination of those intervals or steps. And then we go back to A, and then we go to the D. So how am I going to get there? I would use the most reticent finger probably first, and then going back to the root A. In terms of a strum, when you're sight reading and a tempo beats per minute, at least 60 or under when you're sight reading, which is what they call when you're first putting your eyes on a new musical chart. This train, we didn't do our vocal warm-up. So C, and I'm in tune, but I'm gonna check, because the weather in the spring is always changing. So you want to be extra cognizant of that when you're a musician, to make sure you're checking your tuning. When in doubt, always check. You don't want to get accustomed to out of tune. That E's a bit tweaky. Out of tune strings. So let's sing our C, our most moderate tone that most people have on their standardly strung instrument. La, and then E, which is ascending in pitch, la, and then the ascending up here, G, la. Now let's figure out the starting note for this train. So if I know that it's an A chord and the melody is going to have one of the notes of the A chord in it, or the scale of A, which is a little bit this. So I'm going to go, is it this one? This. Yes, but it's not that pitched A. If I would be doing that one at this pitch, I'd be, this train is bound for glory, too high. So I'm going to drop down an octave, and if I had the low G instrument, I would have a low A to guide me, but that's okay. I'm going to press the, and then jump down to the octave. La, la, this train. Notes first, think of it as notes. Da, da, la, la. Then put it into the word. This train is bound. So that's a C sharp, bound. And then you go back to the A, but that's enough of that. As long as you know the starting note, this, right? So we've got our strum, we know our 3 chords, and we're gonna go nice and slow, down strum. No, I'm not gonna do any intro. And I think we're starting on the beat of 1, so no pickup note. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This train is bound for glory. This train, 4/4 time. This train is bound. Now I'm going to go right to E7 despite what it says. This train, 1, 2, back to A. This train is bound for glory. Don't take nothing. Now you could do D7 if you want to. So the Hawaiian version, you just lift up. You don't have to do the barred one. And so that's quite easy because you're adding the 7th, which is a C note. Righteous and the holy, this train. Now E7, bound for glory, this train. And to relieve any anxiety, you might want to write an E7 and eliminate all the E's, just so that when you see it, you don't think, oh, what's E? All right, so verse 2, and we're going, we would be doing it a lot faster if we were more familiar with the song in our chord making. So this train don't carry no gamblers, this train. This train don't carry no gamblers. E7, this train, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This train don't carry no gamblers, liars, thieves, nor big shot ramblers. So you could stay on the D the whole time. You don't need to do that 7th lift up. This train is bound for glory. This train, for 1/3 verse. This train don't carry no liars. This train, for 1, 2. This train don't carry no lie. To the 5 or E7. To the 1 don't carry no lie. She's a streamlight, a midnight flyer. This train, E7, carry no liars. And I can already feel myself wanting to go faster. I'm holding myself back like the train. I'm still just leaving the station. Oh, this train don't carry no smokers. This train. This train don't carry no smokers. This train. This train don't carry no smokers. 2-bit liars, small-time jokers. This train don't carry no liars. This train. It's quite a judgmental song. This train don't carry no con man. This train. This train don't carry no con. This train. This train don't carry no con man. No, we wheeler dealers, stay on the D if you here and gone man. That's a good line. This train don't carry no con man. This train stay slow. 2, 3. Last verse, don't carry no rustlers. This train don't carry no rustlers. This train don't carry no rustlers. Side street walkers, 2-bit hustlers. This train is bound for glory. This train. So you could do a little quick change on the D to the A there, but barring the lyrics, which sometimes we don't like and we might want to change, feel free to change those lyrics to anything that you think would be fun to put in there, and just enjoy the playing of it. If you're a smoker, don't be offended, because everybody's a work in progress, aren't we? So faster, I would be doing the modified shuffle. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up. And if I was having trouble doing it while I was doing all the other things, keeping rhythm and trying to do the words, I would be giving myself that instruction. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up to the melody line. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down. And it stays on the one chord for down, and I'm thinking about that next chord, and I know it's coming. This train, and you're always a bit ahead, and I know it's also coming back to the root there. Down, down, up, down, and I can feel that D coming. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, E7. So I think the Old Crow Medicine Show people. This train is bound for glory. This train, I love a spiritual. This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. Don't care nothing about the righteous and the holy. This train bound for glory. This train. Which verse do I like? I like the last one, the rustlers, con men. Yeah, here in Gone Man. So I'll do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5th verse at that up tempo. So probably at least 120. This train don't carry no con man. This train don't carry no con man. This train to the 5, to the 1, carry con man. No wheeler dealers here in Gone Man. This train don't carry no con man. This train. So I went A to the 4, to the 5, to the 1. Right, so you can noodle around with the combinations of those intervals depending on the key. You'll be able to figure out what those are. You could always change this to another key, putting it into the key of C. C would be where every of the A's were, and then when you went to the E's or E7, that would be the 5, but from C, so that would be G7, and the 4, which would be F, that would replace all the D's, which are the 4s in the key of A. Okay, so I think that that's a fun one. I hope that you enjoy playing that. And if you found this helpful, please share, subscribe, pass it along to anybody who enjoys a good old spiritual. And I'll see you on our next video. Bye for now.